Okay, we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. We haven't done this in a little bit, and StrikeNinja is supposed to be here. Hopefully, he'll come soon rather than later. So, we're gonna be talking about Adam Salah's fight, Slim's fight, Jake Paul's new sparring footage. There's a lot of stuff to go over. So, Angel, what did you think of the Slim fight and the Adam fight? Just give me your thoughts.
The Slim fight was sad. um, I'm not gonna downplay Slim. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he picked an easy fight. Slim did try going for the big fights, but he's a micro influencer. Like he's not that well known clout wise. So I understand why he fought a nobody who's a bum. But still, I'm not gonna praise Slim for that. Like Jake fought bums, but this dude legit turned around after he got tapped. And for the Adam fight, I actually was entertained. Like it actually looked like I'm not even joking to you. It actually looked like a real boxing match, and it was nice. It was one of the best technical skills I've ever seen in an influencer. Like I haven't seen Logan or Case. I have the matches like that. I've never seen besides Floyd, obviously. I've never seen Jake had a match like that merely because it always ends in one round. Josh Bruckner, I haven't seen a round like that because Josh is a crazy man. Like this is the first fight where I felt like it was actually equal, and they were just banging it out while being technical, even though the round was too short. The rounds were just too short. But yeah, that's my opinion. Props to Adam, Slim. You're doing good, I guess. I mean, you found someone who's somehow worse than Fuzi, so I don't know how you made that possible, but you did it. So good job, Slim.
I thought that the Slim fight was one-sided, and do you think? I think he should fight Gib. Do you think he should fight Gib?
Um, uh, I only want to see it happen mainly because there's a history there, in my opinion. Not like a crazy big history, but just like it's been happening for a while. But skill wise, it's not fair at all. Give body Slim, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
I think he just do like a ton of body shots and tire him out.
Slim, Slim's cardio is just one of the worst in the game. But like, I'm not gonna say he's a bad boxer, but come on, I'm not gonna say that his cardio is unknown. We've seen his cardio; he's gassed. Even in the Fuzi fight, Jesus. But the reason I don't see this fight happening, even if I wanted to, like even if they were on the same level, I don't think there'd even be a catch weight. It's just too big, and Slim gets picked up by breezes of wind. Like I just don't see it happening. I don't ever see it happen. Like Slim's over here chasing the Gib fight. Oh, Gib, you're ducking me, and because they were saying, "Who are you? You don't have clout." Even if these two agreed to fight, what? How would they even reach weight? Taylor couldn't barely even make weight, and Slim's way lighter than Taylor.
Yeah, I think he would win that pretty easily. But I think I want to see that because I think Slim would finally he would stop talking the big talk and we could all move on from talking about Slim and Slim just constantly like hyping himself up so much.
It would be a battle, and the winner gets the title Beast from the Middle East because they both claim to be Beast from the Middle East. So this would be just a fight for that title.
Yeah, I agree.
And honestly, I don't think Gib has nothing to benefit from this. Like, like Gib is. I mean, hold on. Slim is someone who defeated Fuji Tube and NA, both punching bags. Gib defeated one of the most experienced boxers on the YouTube versus TikTok card. If he fought Slim, that'd just be a step backwards. That'd be a huge downgrade. Gib has nothing to gain in this fight. If Gib beats Slim, no one's gonna hype up Gib and like, oh my god, you defeated the best fighter we've ever seen. But there's nothing to gain from that. Nothing merely but the fact that Slim would get humbled.
Yeah, who should Gib fight next?
Honestly, I think Gib should wait until the other boxers, because Gib is one of the boxers on YouTube, but one of the most fights of everybody. He's the most experienced, in my opinion. Not calling him good, but he has the most fights, right? So I think he should just kick back and chill until the other little YouTubers gain up their resume, and that's when he should jump back in. Because I don't see anyone that's gonna fight him right away after his performance. Besides the top dogs, but they're not even interested in Gib.
I
So
think he should fight Austin.
you think he should? Hold on, I'll be right back.
And now I'm alone. It's hot in here, guys. Got this light. Hold on, just fixing my shirt.
I'm back. You think he should fight Austin?
Yes, I think that'd be a
I
good
don't
fight.
know. Case, I feel like Gib wouldn't fight Austin. I mean, Gib would fight Austin, but Gib wouldn't fight Austin really because KSI is entertaining the idea, and I don't think Gib would steal his fight like that. They're just two good friends, in my opinion. But if he did, that'd be a good fight. That'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think that like I don't know why Slim like wants to like talk so much about himself and how good he is and all this stuff because you fought two guys that were so bad. Like I just don't get it. And then so I know you thought the Adam Sala fight was like really awesome. I thought he was not as good as you think. Like I think I don't know. To me, he just like threw kind of wild punches sometimes that reminded me of when KSI would throw shots at Logan. And I think he easily lost that fight. And I think the other guy deserved to win. And obviously, Strike Ninja isn't here, but he agreed with that statement. So that's what I think. I don't think it's
Wait,
the
about the
top five.
statement that he lost, or the fact that he threw punches at KSI.
That he lost. That the draw was not fair, and that whoever else he
Yeah,
was fighting should have won.
I don't think it was a draw, but I don't think it was a robbery. Like, oh, they purposely rigged the fight. I feel like at the time it was just okay. It was Nick Island versus DK. If one of them won, it wasn't gonna be a robbery. That was just a state of opinion. So there's no way Adam won this fight. But hold on. Oh, I'll be back. Sorry, my brother just came back from the gym. It was just more of a matter of okay, was it a draw or did Adam's opponent won? Because honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it was a one sided win at all. People were like, "Oh, he turned into a punching bag, bro." That was a good guard. Adam has solid defense.
His guard was getting broken a lot though. Like if you go back, he like would like not throw like he'd
No, it
throw
was,
and
but every time he got hit with a breakthrough, right? He threw a freaking cross, which made it so good. That's why it was better than Taylor Holder, because Taylor Holder with Adam, he fought back once in a while, go for a wild shot. Taylor Holder, man, was just guarded up the entire fight. He took Canelo's advice of be patient and did nothing else. He never asked, be patient for what? Man was just standing there with his arms up. Well, Adam was I really like that fight. And I really disagree with the fact that you said he threw similar punches to KSI. I disagree heavy with that. I saw the nice in pocket fight Adam had, and oh my god, Wiley, he's so freaking smooth with his footwork. It was a good fight. It was not man. It was a good fight in my opinion.
I thought it was meh. That I well when I rewatched it, I just like he would throw these like shots that like Jake. I feel like Jake throws where he like will like throw a wild shot, but like half of his body will be exposed, and for a while that didn't get taken advantage of, and then when it did, it like he was not doing as good. So I don't think he was bad, but I don't think he was. I don't think he's where you think he is. I think he's okay. You know what I mean? That's just personally. I just thought he. I thought he was good. I thought he was gonna do better.
You gotta understand the reason like Adam threw those heavy shots is because Wiley was really front foot heavy with his head movements. Wiley was every time he would go for a shot, he would throw his head under Adam's waist. You have to shoot downwards. I'm surprised Adam didn't throw uppercuts with how his head movement was just so low. But it was just one thing I really liked how Adam would commit to the shot. And Wiley, I don't know why Wiley wouldn't like counter it for some reason. Because it was easy to counter. But instead, Wiley would just wait for all his weight to go down and then try to push him to the rope and go ham on him. Which it was a good idea, but every time you push him to the ropes, he would never like commit right away. It would take him a second, giving Adam enough time to guard up. which props to Adam because that was quick reaction. His guard was still break, but that's only because there was a flurry on the ropes. A guard would always break on a flurry. Like either a punch or two is gonna sneak in. Even Logan's running ugly ass uppercut broke into Floyd's guard, even though it barely did any damage. And when the guard did break of Adam, he would throw right or either just sidestep to the left. Like I saw so much ring IQ in this fight from Wilder and Adam. It was honestly good, which made me think, what if this fight's rigged?
I don't know. I think from what I saw, I think that Adam did not win this fight at all. Like I think he really heavily lost this fight in my opinion. And again, I get what you're saying, but I don't think he if I were a judge, I would be like, I don't know if I think you just didn't do enough. I think if it was a 6 round fight, it would be a lot better because then we could see like, oh, what's their cardio like? Because I think if it went longer, I think Adam would have lost. I don't think he would have made it to the end, in my opinion. Because the announcers were like, oh, Adam's knees are buckling and like he's starting to feel it. And I felt like at the end of that 3rd round, we were starting to get somewhere, like with Adam starting to like lose, like very decisively. But I think that if they have a second fight, I think Adam is gonna lose because I mean if Talent's gloved and if it's longer, I see him losing.
I don't know. It's all. I think it would go. I give it 50-50. That was a good ass fight. Wiley, I don't think Wiley lost by any means, but I saw highlights from Adam as well. It was the thing I don't like about Adam though is that he tries to be a one-hitter quitter. He throws one punch. Now I'm not gonna say Adam hits hard. I don't think he hits hard, but Adam he thinks himself. Yeah, I hit hard. So his fighting style is one punch, guard it up, one punch, guard it up. He doesn't throw combinations, in my opinion. He throws them like once every 2 minutes. But every time he does go for that one punch, it lands cleanly. Otherwise, it just misses with his heavy cross because Violet is dipping super far down with his clean head movement. I thought it was a good fight. I saw Adam win a few minutes now. That's why I'm not surprised it was a draw. I just knew if Adam raised his hand, that would have been straight cap. That's why I'm not surprised it's a draw. I wouldn't be surprised if Wilder won either. I think it was not a full out robbery. People think it was a robbery. I don't think it was a full out robbery.
Yeah,
Like Wilder throws. Oh, sorry.
No, you can say what you're gonna say.
Wilder throws full on combinations on his guards, and I wish there was a boxing statistic to show how many of those punches rarely few went in. And Adam was pretty inaccurate himself with all of Wilder's head movement. So I think it was a good fight in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad. Well, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of forgettable, but I get what you're saying. Like, I don't think they were bad at what they were doing. I just felt like it was, and I didn't know that the other guy was 17. I know his opponent was 17 years old. That's crazy.
That kid has a future, man. That kid, he could bang.
Yeah, and KSI did what you were saying before the show started that you didn't want KSI to talk about this, and he obviously did. I don't know if you saw that, but he basically was like, I can't believe these guys thought that they could beat me. But again, I think that if KSI and Adam sparred, I think Adam would lose, obviously, just because of the huge weight difference.
Yeah.
But I feel like even if they were the same size, I still think it would be a fair fight between them. But I don't know. I just think that from what I saw from Adam's fight here, if he was to do 6 rounds with KSI and they were the same weight and the same height, I don't know if that would be an easy fight for Adam. I think he would have a better shot at winning, but I think that would still be a harder fight for him than the fight that he had.
Okay, but here's what I have to ask you this. I agree KSI beats Adam, but I don't know if I would go far to say if they're the same size. It would be an easy fight or whatever. I think I would give it like 60-40 to Adam if they're the same size. Has there ever been a performance besides Cal Freezy? I swear to God, if someone says Cal Freezy, has there ever been a time where KSI has performed similar to Walid or Adam?
Well, not
because Walid was impressing me.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna get mad at Adam because I thought he just picked some young child. But this kid could bang.
But the problem is that KSI has 2 fights with Logan and he was wild, and then the one fight that he did show technique, Joe wasn't fighting back. So it's hard to kind of say like, oh well, you can't really say
It
like
didn't even show. Look, in my opinion, I think even what's his name, freaking Roundhouse Boxing, the Joe Weller fight to me was just so weird. It was just one of the weirdest fights I've ever seen. Not saying it's bad, but it was just. I'm talking about Joe Weller. I'm not talking about KSI.
Oh.
Joe Weller did so weird, and it just stole the spotlight from KSI. Like him being bad took away from the fact that KSI was being technical. So that's why I can't highlight that fight. It's just so weird to analyze. Because every time KSI would jab with his left hand, he would always have this face of confusion, and KSI said to himself in the reaction. Him being confused is what got Joe Weller to get a good hit or two. Joe Weller just did so weird in that fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, because like we haven't seen a fight where like, because I mean, Adam and this other guy were kind of probably the same height and weight. So I don't know. We haven't seen a fight where the. Okay, so I think Strike Ninja just hit on my bet, so I thought it was on Pacific Standard Time. No, you can come in about 15 minutes. Oh, or less. Okay. Okay, so Strike Ninja is going to join in about 15 minutes or less. So we've got him, guys. We've got him. What's that meme that they have where they say like we've got him or something?
Yes. FBI.
Yeah, we got him. So okay, so back to what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I just feel like this was a fight where like both people were coming at each other, wanting to fight, and KSI and Joe, only one person wanted to fight, so wanted to actually win, really. So, but I won't disagree with that because I think that like in terms of like the fights, KSI probably hasn't looked as good as Adam, but I think there's a caveat to that because because he was fighting a punching bag and Adam fought someone that was not terrible and he was able to not go completely bonkers and lose everything. So
oh, Wiley is not terrible. He's flat out good.
yeah, no, like
he's one of the best influencer boxers I've ever seen. I think him versus Gibb would be way better than him versus Slim. I think Wiley kills Slim.
Wait, is Wiley? He's an influencer?
I have no idea. I heard he's a real boxer.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's an influencer, but I mean, I've never heard of half of these people before, like except Slim and Adam.
I was like, so what the hell is he famous for? He's a boxer, right?
I honestly don't even know. I don't remember his name. I don't know his name. I don't know.
Well, all right. Wild Sharks. He's a TikTok. He's a.
Wait, that was wait, the TikToker fought Adam?
A TikToker fought Adam.
Wow.
Adam, you lost to a TikToker.
That's crazy. Why wasn't he on the TikTok undercard then? Him and Vinny Hacker would have won probably.
For real.
What was that?
I'm over here watching his TikToks. I'm over here thinking that he's gonna be better than average TikTokers, but no, he does the same cringy dances.
Wow.
Wild got hands, man. Which pissed me off when KSI started talking shit because I understand you're gonna like mess with Adam, but my man was downplaying Wiley, calling him, he's just a kid. Bro, Wiley would probably hurt KSI. I'm not saying he's gonna beat him, but he would definitely hurt him.
Well, I mean, isn't he like he's the same like weight as Adam, right? So when I don't know if they should even fight really.
No, but like sparring wise, the reason I always thought Adam would never hurt or even knock down KSI is because Adam has always been a passive fighter. In his World Star videos, he was always passive. In the rigged fight, he was always passive. In this fight, he sticked with his jabs. Wiley gave me Gibb pressure vibes. I don't know if you agree to that, but Wiley gave me Gibb vibes with his pressure, how far his head was down low. Yeah. Except his punches were actually somewhat calculated. It was dope seeing this fight. This is what reminded me like back in the days when I used to watch Top Rank. I know you called it meh, and it sounds like I'm talking on my ass, but as a kid, I used to watch Top Rank like 24/7. This gave me flashbacks to those boxing matches.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I thought both of these fights were good, but again, I thought that Slim was one-sided, and the Adam fight it was all right, but I think I don't think Adam's bad though. At the end of the day, like he's not a bad boxer, but I don't think he didn't live up to my expectation. It was like what I thought he was gonna be.
Yeah, I think I don't think Adam did bad. It's just Violet was too good.
Yeah, and I felt like Adam was a bit reckless, or a bit he came forward a bit too much sometimes.
Adam, I would never say. I don't think Adam did reckless at all that fight. He was just okay. So you know how he comes in with the jab a lot.
Adam,
Yeah,
yeah,
this man just this fight. I think he knew Wilder kept on dipping. He was never gonna catch him with the jab. He was just trying to follow with the right. That's why every time you're being repetitive, you gotta mix it up a bit. I don't think it came out random. Random, reckless. I think it was just crosses. Yeah, they came a little overhanded, but can you blame him? The man had his head underneath Adam's waist. I thought everything about this fight was calculated. Everything was dope. The only thing that I had a problem with was when Wilder tried spinning behind Adam's back and punching him behind the head. At the same time, that was kind of funny.
yo, and Adam like dipped him into like the almost like off, like out of the ring at one point.
That was also kind of funny, but shame on Adam for that. But that was funny.
Okay, so moving on to the next topic, I think we'll talk about classic Ake Paul. I love to call him Ake Paul with no J in it. And obviously, I posted a video called "The Ducking of Ake Paul," and people responded in a pretty negative light. And I encouraged the dislikes. And actually, it had 7 dislikes, but then I woke up today and it had 5 dislikes. So 2 people became enlightened to it, and I was debating people in the comments. And I don't know if you know this, but there was that one Oh, I told you about the person that's gonna make an expose video on me.
Yeah.
And guess what? Hasn't made it
What?
yet. Hasn't said it. Like keeps on saying it's coming, but it's almost like in 2 days it will have been 1 week since you said this, and you have not uploaded it. And this guy has one video, and it's of Fortnite, and I'm like, what are you going to expose me on? Because he's like, you're so biased, and I'm like, I literally said in my like latest videos, like if KSI fought Mayweather, KSI wouldn't last as long as Logan, and KSI could lose to Jake, and I don't like what KSI has been doing, but I know it's not like ducking, but I still think it wasn't like a good smart decision. So I don't know how he can call me like biased. I mean, I know how I can appear to be biased, but like I don't think I am. So.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm reading the comments now. Some might be surprised in a few years. Jake knocks out Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, Dylan Dennis, Tommy Fury, KSI, Dylan Rand. I think Jake will go down as a boxer. And this comment's from Jake Paul, boxing beast.
Yeah.
Honestly,
What were we gonna say?
I think I agree that Jake Paul is a duck, to be honest. But I don't like using the KSI reference as ducks because, like, I think it just balances out at this point. If Jake Paul ducked in the past, KSI's ducking current, it balances out. They're both ducks. He ducked Tommy Fury for a fact, but I'm still mad Tommy Fury's chasing influencer fights. I got pissed when he called out KSI. And he definitely ducked Dylan Moran to a spar. He wasn't asking for clout. He was just asking for doghouse rules. And if you're a man, you're prideful in doghouse rules. I have done a couple of doghouse rules before. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say that. The only person who I just don't think we should count as ducking is KSI because that just doesn't make sense to me. But the rest, yeah, he practically ducked. And it was like
Wait,
people are like,
so why don't you? So why do you think that him ducking KSI like it doesn't make sense? That like I don't like. What do you mean by that?
I'm like, okay, it's like if you're currently not fighting, okay, let's look at the Jake Paul versus KSI thing, right? You don't think KSI is ducking, that's fine, but you can't lie and say the ball's not in KSI's court because the fight's not happening on KSI's end, right? It's not a good look for KSI to post 2017 or 2018 footage of Jake Paul ducking. That's like saying, "Oh, this justifies it." Like, bro, no, just you both ducked each other. Y'all owe this to yourself. You owe this to the internet. Like, I just don't like that KSI did that, and I don't like how Jake is pretending that he's never ducked before. Like they're both ducks in my opinion. I hate how Jake freaking blamed Tommy Fury's clout. I agree. Like he's an influence fighter. I remember we had this conversation before. I said Jake shouldn't fight Tommy Fury because he's an influencer. He needs to fight clout names, right? But that was before the Ben fight where he's trying to go on the UFC fight on the MMA path. That's when I changed my mind. Like, okay, fine. If you're gonna go down this path, you might as well fight Tommy Fury. So he's over here blaming Tommy Fury's clout, while KSI, yes, whatever, being humbled, but he used the whole as Vidal Riley as a human shield against them. These guys are both equally ducks to me. They're just ducks.
I would have to disagree. I think that Jake Paul is. I think Logan and KSI duck less than Jake does, in my opinion, because they're like honest with themselves. Like Tommy Fury said to KSI, "Oh, I want to box you," and he's like, "I'm not going to because you're better than me." Like whereas Jake is like, "Nah, it's just because he doesn't have enough clout and stuff." And I don't know. I like when people.
Yeah, I know, but
honest.
the purpose doesn't justify the means. It doesn't matter the reason why they did it. They still dug. Like that's like the UFC. If you're number one contender and you're a mandatory for a belt, you're gonna be like,
Don't know what happened there.
sorry, my brother came in. Give me a minute.
Waiting with a W. No one comments on this anymore. Anyways, no comments. Just two people.
My bad. What happened?
Oh well, my counter argument to that would be is that Jake says that he's the best, right? He's like, oh, I can beat Connor. His coaches say that, all of this stuff. And back when KSI got called out, he wasn't saying any of that stuff. He wasn't saying, oh, I'm the best, or I'm gonna, beat some really great guy or whatever. Like he wasn't going down that path. And so
then he called himself a god and said how he could give Ryan Garcia a good fight. Then said to Logan Paul, you could beat Mike Tyson. Then said himself he could fuck up Floyd.
Yeah, but when you watch those interviews of KSI saying that stuff, and then you watch Jake say, "Oh, I can be Canelo," you can see there's a clear difference of KSI is self-aware about what he's saying, and he's like not taking it seriously. That's just my opinion. Like other people,
he is taking it serious. He even said that's his mentality. He said you have to have the mentality that you could beat anybody. That's self-contradicting to himself, isn't it? He claims that he needs the mentality to beat everybody, but is self-aware that someone would beat him in a fight.
Well, like when I mean like self-aware, I mean he's self-aware that he's like, I believe I want to beat Mayweather, but like I'm not stupid and thinking that like it's gonna happen. Like Logan was like, I want to beat Mayweather, but like I know what the situation is, but I'm still gonna believe in myself and work as hard as I can. Whereas Jake is like, oh, there's no way that I can lose, and and I can fight him this year and do this and do that, and they're not saying that necessarily, and like KSI is probably not gonna even fight Mayweather. You know what I mean? So I don't know. When I hear them talk about that kind of stuff, and I hear about Jake, I just see a huge difference. And it less annoys me that they say that, because Logan fought Mayweather, so I mean it'd be stupid for him to fight Mike Tyson, and he's not going to. But like he can kind of talk. I mean it's stupid for him to say that, but I don't. It's not as irritating because he did fight an actual pro boxer in Floyd Mayweather, and KSI, in my opinion, has had tougher competition and been through more adversary than Jake Paul has, and so I feel like he can say that.
Yeah, harder competition by comparison, but not in general. You could say that Logan Paul's a harder fight than all the people Jake has fought. That doesn't still make him a good fighter. It's just good by comparison.
Well, I mean, I think people say that Jake is better than Logan, and I think that can be true if he can use if he can use his skills against someone good. But I don't think Logan is like levels below Jake. Like I don't think he's 10 times lesser of a fighter than Jake is. Like I think I think they're closer than people think, but I could be completely off on that. And most people will say I am, but I don't know. I just feel like it wouldn't be as wide of a thing as people would assume.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't. It's still like you know how we were on this conversation, right? How KSI, the reason it's different is that he admit Tommy Fury could beat him. It's still ducking. You're just being humble about it. That's the reason why everybody ducks. Everyone, Jake is like, oh, he doesn't have enough clout, but in his conscience, he knows damn well he has the same reason as KSI, that Tommy Fury is just better than him. It's like, okay, it's like if you're the number one contender, right, and you need to fight a guy for a UFC belt, you're not gonna duck the champion and be like, you know what, I don't even want the belt. You know what, I think he would beat me in a fight, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm just gonna duck him. Like, it doesn't matter what what the justification is. He still avoided a fight, which is the definition of ducking. Yeah, you were humble about it, but he still ducked.
Well, I mean, he said he
He
could.
wanted a fight.
He said that Tommy would beat him. So, I mean, he was like, I mean, whereas Jake is saying, "Oh, he wouldn't beat me," and so that I think that's the big difference. Is there's one guy that's saying he could beat me, and that's why I'm not fighting him. Whereas Jake knows that Tommy would probably beat him, but he's not going to say that, and he's going to be like, "Oh, well," he makes excuses, and then his fans or people that like just like his boxing, whatever, who hate KSI, will defend that, and that's what kind of irritates me.
It's still the same to me. Like, it doesn't matter what the it's like, okay, let's say if you give no context and you just say this man wants to fight this guy, but this guy doesn't want to fight him. That's the literal definition of ducking. SI and Jake both did it. Logan Paul, he's not gonna fight Adrian Broner. He's not gonna fight Baru Jack. I'm not blaming him, but everybody ducks. Legit everybody. Jake Paul is one of the biggest YouTube ducks there is. But KSI, the reason I don't validate KSI for ducking is because he does the same. Logan did the same. Like, Jake Paul just does it on a more annoying scale. I agree. He ducked Dylan Moran, Tommy Fury, and what's that other dude's name?
I don't know.
What's another dude's name?
There was probably some.
Yoel Romero. There you go. I agree. He ducked those three hands down. Okay, I'm not gonna count that. If he ducked in the past and he's now ducking currently, it balances out. So why would I count that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I count the KSI one in my opinion because he started off his whole journey by going and fighting somebody else instead of fighting everyone wanted him to fight. So I don't know. I think the whole point why I count that is because he kind of started his whole thing off with a duck. I think that's a true statement. Like, he did start off his career by not fighting the guy that everyone wanted him to fight and fought someone else instead, who you could say was less that Jake. I think if I were Jake, I'd be like, Deadly is way lesser of a threat than KSI is. And to me, that just shows that his mentality is, I'm not as confident as I say I am, and that, when I don't want to face real adversity because I would crumble. That's just what I get. That's what I get when I see these things happen. And that's why I get irritated when people say, "Oh, he's not," or "He's changed," or this and that. And I'm like, he's still doing the same thing he did 3 years ago.
No, he's still a duck, just not the case. Like, I'm just saying, like, the case I think doesn't work for me. He did in the beginning, but like, let's be honest, that version of KSI would have beat that version of Jake. But it's not a cowardly thing to do. It's just everything smart like that. It's how Gervonta Davis originally didn't fight Ryan Garcia when Ryan Garcia was new. He was like, okay, let us stack up. Ryan Garcia wanted no part of Gervonta. A few fights later, and all of a sudden they want to fight each other. That's what it's all about, is stacking the resume until they're safe. Jake knew. I know for a fact that boy knew KSI would have whooped his ass that year right there and then. He has a few fights under his belt. KSI is currently, I think, technically the champ of YouTube boxing. I think it'd be more fair now. I think Jake played his cards right, only with KSI. He's still a duck with everybody else.
Yeah, but doesn't that show that he's? But that just shows he's not confident in what he does, and that shows that he's still not confident in himself now. And that to me is like a weakness. Like, and Logan equally could have thought, oh, like, I might be bigger than him, but like he could still easily like beat me or whatever, like so. It's like I don't. It kind of doesn't make sense to like people are like, oh well,
But we're going by that logic.
Logan to fight him.
But we're going by that logic. That would make Floyd Mayweather, Canelo, and Gervonta Davis the biggest ducks in the sport.
Well, no,
it's not. It's just
because they didn't have a social media following to fall back on if they lost or whatever. Like, and they had to work. They had to almost pad their records because that's how they get noticed or whatever. You know, like they don't like look. Oh, I think Strike Ninja joined. Hey, you here?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
The king
hey,
is
Yo, what's
here.
up, Mr. Ninja?
Mr. Ninja.
Hello?
Yep, we're here. Can you hear us?
What's up, bro?
I can.
Okay.
All right, what's up, bro? My name's Ninja. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
So
Right.
should we call you Mr. Ninja? Or do we
Just call me Strike Ninja. Don't you don't
Strike
gotta be
Ninja.
too formal and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
So
called him Mr. Ninja as a joke.
I like that. I like that. It's classy.
Cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Strike Ninja. We've already discussed this, so you can just give you like brief summary of what you thought of the Adam fight, the Slim fight, and I know you did a live where you thought that maybe the Slim fight might have been like staged or whatever. So just talk us through your thoughts on that whole event that happened today.
Oh, yeah. I think I haven't seen like I didn't pay for the event. My friend bought the pay-per-view. I only saw the fights. Based on
Your
the
friend
fights
bought the
alone, I mean the Slim
pay-per-view?
fight. Oh my! Like one of my friends did, and he got grounded. So he gave the account to someone else. Yeah, it's convenient. He bought the pay-per-view. Somebody basically his mom grounded him from using his phone. So he passed his account and he just started sharing the fight. So my honest opinion on the fight, I think it's I wasn't surprised when I saw NNA lose. A lot of people are actually pretty much. I think you might have seen this a lot, but people are now saying that Slim would beat Gibb, Slim would beat KSI, all these other people. Me personally, I'm not really too surprised that NNA Productions was destroyed easily. People are saying he's fighting. He's training with Conor McGregor. Pretty sure they just took a picture together. I don't think they're actually training seriously. So as with Slim, I'm impressed by his performance. He used the jab well, but at the same time, it's nothing new. You know what I mean? It's nothing too crazy. There's no shock the world here.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And with the Adam fight, I still haven't seen the full fight. I haven't gotten around to watching the full fight. I saw some highlights of it though. I feel like the Sharks actually was winning the whole fight.
Yeah, I agree. I
Makes
agree
sense.
with that.
He was
So
actually
you would-
the aggressor the whole time.
So would you say it was a one-sided fight?
It wasn't. I'm not sure because I haven't seen the full fight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I haven't gotten around to watching the full fight. But from what I've seen, I think Waleed Sharks was actually winning.
Angel thinks that Adam was really good, and I'm kind of on the same opinion of you that I think that it wasn't one-sided, but I think that
It was a close fight.
Yeah, I think
Like a
Adam
draw
could have
made
deserved to
sense.
win.
Yeah, I was
It was a side.
surprised by Adam. I was surprised by Adam and Walid. I think I'm saying his name right. Walid. I'm gonna call him Shark.
It's
That's his
Walid.
last name. Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's I don't know. I watched his music video, and that's what the other person said.
All right, we're gonna call him Waligi. So Waligi, whatever. He did amazing. I was surprised, but I wasn't downplaying Adam. I was surprised by Adam too because Adam wasn't dumb. He was not gonna have a trade off with Walid because Walid would have 100% won that with his head movement. So Adam didn't turn into a punching bag. He was just being smart with his guard. Yeah, a few punches landed here and there. It broke through, but Adam was being smart. There was no way he was going to do a trade-off with Walid. And I agree with you. Walid was the aggressive fighter, but I don't think being the aggressor automatically makes you the winner.
Yeah,
If that was the
I
case.
see what you mean. He
Yeah.
did throw some jabs too. Adam did.
Misses?
Adam.
Yeah, I agree. Adam missed a lot. I want to say a lot, but he missed for sure because Walid's head movement, I don't know if you saw, but every time a cross would come from Adam, Walid would just dip his head to the point where it's under Adam's waist. His head movement was pretty cool.
See, is there anyone in the chat right now or what?
Listen, I have a small YouTube channel. There's 2 people watching. There's no chat right now. There's no chat. Sometimes there is, but not tonight. Huh?
One of them is me.
Oh, okay, cool.
My homie's humbled. I'll be there in a minute. All right. So I don't know. I know people hate on Adam, but I'm practically just I thought it was a cool fight. I was actually surprised.
Yeah. I feel like a draw, like, it's not a bad call, but like, I feel like if there had to be a winner, it'd be Waleed, in my opinion.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah, I personally, I'm not surprised it was a draw. I just know that if Adam's hand was singly raised, that would have been a robbery. A draw or Waleed winning are the only two functional things.
Yeah. So,
But personally, I just think it was a good fight though.
So,
I like that fight.
StrikeNinja, did you see Jake Paul's like sparring footage on Instagram? Like he just posted it today.
I've seen like half of it and I just swiped out.
Okay, so
I'm pretty busy today. Yeah, I haven't seen the full thing yet.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, what did you see anything like impressive? Like I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but did you see like anything?
I just saw like the start. I just saw the start and I swiped down.
Okay.
Smart man.
Yeah. Well, because there was Colby Covington did it like he did an interview and he said that Jake Paul essentially like he got like some of people that he's friends with to go like train with him, and I'm just gonna read the quote that he said. He said, I have had some guys at my gym that went to train with him. They all kind of said the same thing, that they went there, they exposed him, they made him look bad. Of course they turned the cameras off and they're not taking pictures that day, and they never invite these guys back because Jake the Snake Paul only wants kids that he can beat up and knock out and boost his ego and his confidence. He doesn't actually want guys that are going to push him in the gym and make him better because, like we've all said before, he's not a real fighter. He's a little Disney star. So what do you think? What do you think of that?
Did he get dropped?
I don't know if he got
dropped or what?
He got. I don't know if Jake got dropped, but he got. He said he got embarrassed. So I'm assuming he probably didn't have a good spar with those guys.
I wouldn't be surprised. Colby Covington trains monsters. Honestly, I think Jake's camp, I'm not gonna call it bad. It's clearly working one way or another. Jake's improving, but if there's gonna be a dude who whoops Jake's ass, they're not gonna pay it. They're not gonna keep him there. It can only either have someone who's on Jake's level or someone to make Jake's highlight reel look good, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I feel like they should be challenging him and not babying him around. Like when Jake fought Ben Askren, there was some MMA guy that said, "Yeah, I sparred with him and he just kind of crumbled or whatever." And like, you know, I don't think Jake needs to be like with professionals, but you should like lose a spar and realize that you're not a god. You know, so I just think that like I like to call his coach Yes Man Flores instead of BJ Flores. You know this. So I think they are teaching him, and I don't think they don't know boxing, but I think that they should be challenging him more. And we saw this with Logan. He wasn't challenged, and when he fought KSI, he couldn't deal with the pressure and all of this stuff, and he crumbled. And I think that's a trait that the Pauls have when they fight. So
well, I wouldn't say that Jake isn't challenged. Like, if there's a lot of people coming out saying, "Oh yeah, we embarrassed Jake," if there's multiple dozens of people saying we embarrassed him, wouldn't that like prove that he's lost and fought people that are better than him?
No, but he wants to hide that, and and they don't get invited back, and I think that's a bad thing for him because, you know, What do you think, StrikeNinja?
BJ was using them as amateur.
Is he there?
StrikeNinja died. He's dead.
Oh, what?
What
I'm eating dinner right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, okay. What do you think that this is like a bad thing that Jake's team is not like making these like good people stay with them and like beat up on Jake?
So I'm not really like super invested into this. I'm not gonna really like say anything because I'm not like really sure about this because one way or another, I think it's clearly working because every time he shows up, it's not like he has a close fight with his opponents. You know what I mean? He easily like beats them in the first or second round. What we've seen so far, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just
with Woodley, I guess we can kind of see where to really put him in terms of how good he actually is. Because I think Woodley, because either one way or another, he's going to be above KSI if he beats Woodley. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would agree with that. Like, but again, my caveat, We're
I
gonna
think
say.
Jake could defeat Journeyman right now.
Uh,
I feel like
You think Jake can defeat Journeyman?
you.
Are we speaking like Tommy Fury opponents, Journeyman, or like your average no-name boxer?
Yeah, you're pretty much the second option. What he said.
Oh, okay.
I think at this point he can. I mean, he's shown that he is like willing to like actually commit himself. Run.
I can't. Say,
I mean, I don't know actually. In my opinion, I think there's too many question marks around Jake. Does he have a chin? Does he have the stamina?
The cardio.
Is his footwork good when he's rocked? Like, there's so much question marks around him.
Well, if you saw Roundhouse Radio's video, he broke it down. He's like Jake Paul's like he said like his footwork falls apart when he gets pressured and he starts throwing these wood punches. So and and the thing is when Jake gets backed up into a corner, he's done the exact same type of movement from January of 2020 until April of 2020. So to me, that shows.
You mean L step? Like L step out the ring, or go left and right? I've noticed that Jake did that. It's not a bad thing in my opinion. I like L step.
No, like I mean, like when he's pressured.
Oh, you mean when he crosses his legs?
No,
when he crosses his legs.
Well, I guess so. Like I just think that like whenever he gets like when someone comes at him and he's not coming towards somebody, he does the exact same kind of movements that aren't really what you should be doing or you should improve upon for the next one. He did that with Gib. He did that with Nate. He did that with Ben. And Roundhouse Radio said he did the same thing in the sparring that you put out on Instagram like a couple weeks ago. And to me, that's like, so why isn't your team working on that? Why isn't your team and why I think that the yes men and people like how can you say that? It's because BJ Flores was on Instagram Live months ago, and everyone was like saying what's a flaw in Jake Paul's boxing, and he's like. He wasn't really like saying much, and then someone was like, "Oh, his footwork is off," and BJ Flores was like, "No, it's not. Like that's definitely not a flaw." But then but now all the people that kind of know what they're talking about are saying that, I'm like, so is your team denying the flaws that you have? And I just don't think that's a smart thing, and I think Jake is going down the path where he will fight somebody and get like knocked down like Ben Askren did when he fought Masvidal. I think he's gonna end up like losing really badly, and it will be his fault because he didn't have people around him that told him how it was, challenged him, and made sure that he was owning up to what he was saying. And I think that's going to be how his boxing career ends, in my opinion.
I don't think that's a bad thing on BJ's end. Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, tell the world all of Jake's flaws? I don't think that's a bad thing.
Vidal said that like if KSI fought Jake the way he fought against Logan, if KSI fought the way he fought against Logan against Jake, he would lose. Like Vidal is like criticized JJ publicly. He stated his flaws.
But he said that while he was inactive. BJ can't give away information on his active fighter.
Yeah, but even when like they were fighting, like Vidal doesn't hype up KSI to the extent that BJ Flores does. And like the guy wasn't even asking BJ Flores to say like, oh, like what's this huge negative thing? He just wanted to know like what's his flaws. And BJ Flores, like, the vibe that I was getting from him was he didn't think he had any. You know what I mean? He didn't think there was any flaws in Jake Plano. He was dismissing what someone was saying, which turned out to be true. So that to me shows that his mentality is not for BJ Flores' mentality might not be the best mentality in terms of being a coach. Because I feel like Shane Mosley, if Shane Mosley was still Jake's coach, I wouldn't say any of this because Shane Mosley, if you watch the documentary that they did on that when he fought Gibb, I could tell that he was real with Jake. He wasn't babying him. He was doing what a coach should do, and so I don't know. I just feel like BJ Flores is not I don't think he's a good coach.
Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, we just have to see how Jake does in later rounds. I wouldn't call BJ a bad coach, honestly. I think he's a good coach. And I
Hello? Angel? I think Angel might have died. StrikeNinja, are you still there?
Yeah.
So I'm loving the content that you're putting out. I don't know what Angela was, so
Appreciate
I'll
it.
just talk to you. But I think the content you're putting out is really great. And uh I'm trying to think like how like are you in do you box like in real life, or do you just like like to talk about it more?
I'm like I don't consider myself like a pro yet. Okay, you know what I mean. Like I train, but like I'm like more of like a commentary channel. You know what I mean. Like someone with rather than someone that like someone like the Weight Concept or Roundhouse Radio, someone
Yeah.
that talks about the fighting and explains it detail by detail. I think I'm more of like kind of a person with an opinion, like a commentary channel.
Hmm. And yeah, I would say I'm the same too. Like I'm not exactly I think you better at like I consider myself like low level compared to people like you, the Wade
All right, I'm back
concepts.
from the dead.
Thank God. I think you better I think you are better at talking about it than I am. But you know, how do you like how do you post so many videos? Like you post like 3 videos every day, and I'm like, how does this guy do that?
I'm a guy with an opinion. You know what I mean? Like I go behind like like how many do you post a day?
I post
Usually,
I post once a day. Like I post every other day. Once. Well, I post like once a day.
what's your process of like creating a video? Pretty much.
What's my process?
And do you like write a script or anything?
I always say to myself, Andres, you should write a script because it would and it helps a lot when I do. But a lot of the time,
Yeah.
I don't do that, and I just kind of say what comes to my mind. And recently, I've just been recording on my computer because my phone is acting up. But yeah, normally I just come up with an idea. I think about it, and then I film it, and then I'll edit it, and then sometimes. But if it's but sometimes I don't because if it doesn't need it, and then I'll just post it when either I'll just wait until the next day to post it, or just post it at around 4 o'clock ish, and then that's pretty much my process. What's your process like?
So actually, I haven't been uploading as much. Actually, I think I uploaded yesterday. Like depends for me, right? Because sometimes, usually when I usually upload in the morning, like before I go to school and stuff, and then afterwards I just upload like when I come home or like whatever. Um, the thing is, like my videos, like I usually like how long do you usually spend like to make them?
Uh, uh, I'd say like filming takes somewhere between like 10 to 20 minutes. Editing, depending if it's a short video, under an hour. If it's a bit of a longer one, over. So it's about it takes over an hour essentially.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the same for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes depends for me. Like if I'm doing a short video, just talking about something, it really depends because my content like varies. I go from like tier list to
Yeah.
just pretty much fight predictions to like YouTube news and stuff like that.
Yeah, your tier list videos are kind of entertaining because they're really original. You make some tier list videos I don't think I would have ever thought of. You
Yeah.
ranked other people's tier list on your tier list.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was funny. That was
He
funny.
commented on Wade Concept actually commented.
He did.
Yeah, he said W video.
Oh, I
so
see it now.
I mean,
Wow.
the man said it himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
And
thing,
How the hell
like,
did
the
you
thing
even
is,
think of that?
huh?
How did you even think of that? How did that come to your head?
I mean, oh, like the YouTube boxing tier list.
yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I was watching all the YouTube boxing tier lists to kind of like just get a sense of people's opinion. There were ones that I really agreed with, and some I very much disagreed with. So I decided to put them all together. Which ones I feel like are the most accurate? In the end of the day, like this is all opinion based. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a cool idea. The main thing is like you should just try to be original with your channel. You know what I mean? Like don't straight up copy other people or pretty much make the same content or like regurgitate points. Try to like make your content like branch out because in the end of the day, like there's probably somebody out there that's thinking the same way you do. Might end up coming to your channel because you might be the only one making that kind of content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you use like a microphone, or do you just like screen record it and then just like?
No, I just use the built-in mic on my iPad like Mini 2.
Wow, that's some high quality stuff there. I do the same thing. I do the same thing just with my computer. I have a professional camera. I have all the equipment. I just don't have time to do it. So that's my goal. Is like when you guys come back here in like a month, I think the quality will hopefully be a lot better. Because I feel like when you have quality videos like 1080p or it's like great lighting, people tend to watch your videos more. You know, they're like more like intrigued to like stay for your content. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. What's something I wanted? Oh yeah, I saw your ranking of boxers, and I saw this specific comment. What are your two's opinion on the DK versus Nick Ireland fight? Did you guys think it was a robbery? Was it like, or do you think they made the right call? But both of you. Have you seen the entire fight yet, Strike? I don't think you have.
I wasn't really interested. I wasn't really interested, actually.
Yeah, I think.
See, the Nick Ireland one, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, the Nick Ireland one.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I thought you were talking about the blue face. Okay, yeah.
I saw the
Oh,
blue
no.
face one. That was cool.
It wasn't that interesting, actually.
The Nick Ireland
It wasn't
fight?
interesting, the Nick Ireland one?
He didn't do as well as I thought he would.
Yeah, that's what we thought. That's what we
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought he was on the come up.
He definitely was.
Do you think it was a robbery though, or do you think judges made the right call?
I don't
That it
know,
was
actually.
Nick?
I think Nick threw more accurate punches. DK
Yeah.
definitely threw more punches.
DK literally slapped. Like I think Nick won, but DK was legit slapping him. Like they weren't even punches. My boy Nick was getting slapped around the ring. Literally. But I still think Nick won because he threw some nasty uppercuts and hooks. So I think I remember how I came across your channel, and it was recently too. I saw a community post, and
Really?
it was on KSI and Joe Frazier. I'm not gonna lie, the results kind of threw me off a bit. I made
it as like a joke.
I know.
Made it to see, like-
But, oh my god! When I saw the results, I'm not gonna lie, I automatically assumed that your channel was gonna be hardcore KSI fan base.
Oh, I mean, I don't blame you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was mind boggled by the results.
People
I think
in
it was
the
a
community
meme. I think it was like a meme vote, like voted KSI as a joke. I think, unless there's really people who think that.
Oh, there actually are people that think. I don't even think the people that like are voting are my fans, because you look at it, it's like 1.6K votes or like 2,000 votes, but the like count is only like 60 something. Half the people that comment are like haters, so I'm pretty sure they aren't.
I will say that I think the people that was like, I know you made a video like saying like, oh, people think KSI could beat Muhammad Ali. I don't know if you know
Did I crash? Oh,
what? No, I don't think you did. I think that some of those people were like trolling you, like they weren't being serious, and like because I
know there are some people that were trolling.
Yeah,
like some people said that they voted KSI for the memes. But there are actually people that actually tried to debate me. Like they went onto my Instagram account.
Oh, really? Wow.
They're like texting me saying, "You're an idiot if you think KSI can lose to Muhammad Ali. He's got so much heart, and if you put your mind to it, you can do anything," or something like that.
Wow. I mean, Logan fought Mayweather. Logan fought Mayweather, so KSI could fight. I mean, he wouldn't win, but you know, yeah.
Are you saying that KSI could fight Muhammad Ali?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he could probably get knocked out, but like, I mean, in this day and age, it's money, right?
I disagree, but I respect your opinion.
I'd pay for that. Not anything above
you'd
50.
pay for that.
Yes, I would. Nothing above $50 though. If it was above 50, I think we're gonna have to do something else. But if it was like $40,
it's gonna be 50 of that. Okay. I would never. I stopped paying for Floyd fights a long time ago because I just accepted the reality that man's never gonna lose a fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we all realized that a long time ago, Angel.
So do you think KSI could beat Muhammad
What's
Ali?
up?
No, of course not. He would get. I mean, Muhammad Ali is 6'3". Like, I think he would get knocked out pretty easily. I think Jake, Logan, KSI, all of them would just go down. You could do it all in one night.
Pale in comparison next to them.
Yeah.
I think that's what people fail to understand. You know what I mean? Some people, they aren't like necessarily fans. They're more of like fans of KSI, like not fans of boxing, like fans of KSI. And like I mean, KSI did look pretty impressive. I mean, from the start, you got the YouTube boxing with the amateur fight with the head guards to the without the headgear, and like the pro fights and all, like the zone covering it.
Yeah.
And like it became serious at that point. So people must have been thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since people were saying this is the biggest fight in internet history, they must have thought that, this is an actual fight.
Yeah, I think a lot of people.
I think it only went pro because it got the largest white collar event in history.
And there was like a lot of it pretty much brought a whole nother fan base to the table.
That they don't really know boxing though. Like they don't. Like there's some people that are truly like really just so unknowledgeable, and then there are people that are just like kind of know what they're talking about. But I think that's why there's this huge legion of people that are like, Jake, because I don't know if you saw this video, Ninja, that I posted the other day where I said that Jake Paul was like the biggest stalker in boxing history, and it got like 7 dislikes, although it went down by 2. So some people became enlightened, but a lot of people were hating on me as I encouraged it actually because I knew it was going to happen.
Were you saying ducker or talker?
Like he was like Jake Paul was like ducking people, like he was like avoiding people.
Oh, duck. Okay, yeah, I think I saw that.
And there was one person that had like a Jake Paul profile picture that said, some may be surprised if in a few years Jake knocked out Nate Diaz, Connor, Dylan Dennis, Tommy Fury, KSI, and Dylan Moran. Dylan Dennis could be a sport. I think Jake will go down as an undefeated boxer.
And the fact that he said, Dylan Dennis and all those guys in the same category, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's literally his YouTube name is Jake Paul Boxing Beast.
Oh.
That's, yeah. I mean, and then, it's just a lot of these people argue with me. And here's the thing, for all the people that are watching, the haters, whatever, if I don't respond to your comment, well, unless I'm busy or I just don't want to, but most of the time I respond to every comment that tries to argue with me. If I don't respond to you, that means that I don't have anything to say and you won. But every time I always have a counterpoint to every point anyone's made trying to discredit the video that I made. So if I don't respond to you, you know that you've got me, but no one's gotten me so far. So sorry.
Wait, no, I comment on your videos. You don't respond to me at the time. Does that mean I got you?
No, and and I respond. I said I commented on one of your videos. You won't pin this, and I assume you pinned it, and you never did. So it's a mutual thing.
I never saw it. No, I never. You probably went to the spam folder then.
Oh, the spam folder. I put it. I was like,
because I read all the comments. Like some of them, some of them asking to like self-promote and stuff. That's to like.
I was the first
comment. I just put in the spam folder.
I guess so. I guess that can happen sometimes.
I haven't seen it because I read all the comments. I haven't seen it, so.
Well, maybe it
might be like in the spam folder.
I don't know if that exists in YouTube comments. Does that exist in YouTube comments?
Yeah, it does. It does like held for review, but it's usually just people saying cuss words and stuff like that.
Oh well, I just said pin me. I mean, well, maybe that would come.
Yeah, the word pin got put into spam really because of the levels of self promotion.
Yeah,
probably like self promo or something like that.
Yeah,
no, I don't see it here. How long ago was it?
It was like a month ago, so it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't see it. This is going up to 2 months.
You know what's so weird? I don't know if every time I'm uploading I'm losing subscribers, because I was at 268 subscribers and then I went down to 266. Every time I post a new video, I lost a subscriber. And I know that that's an issue though. So yeah, that's I don't like, that's annoying.
They delete subscribers sometimes actually. Yeah. It's like normal.
I just want to get a 270 by the end of August. That would just be perfect. So
266, you're not that far off.
I know, but it's so hard. Like people just don't subscribe. I mean, and I get it. It's like, but I don't know.
If you need like video ideas, just message me.
I was actually struggling with ideas this past week because there's been so much content.
Are you just making videos on Realist?
Oh, the Realist. We're gonna open that rabbit hole. We're gonna open that basket and let's pull all the things out from it. Let's talk about him for a minute. You know what?
I don't want to get involved in this, okay? Because I don't know him. He seems like I don't know him. He might be like a nice guy in real life. I watched a few of his videos. He seems like an okay guy, but like, why do you hate him so much? What is this like? What is this burning rage you have against him?
I think he just speaks a lot of nonsense. But what I will say is that I actually kind of respect him because he put out a video called "What If Jake Paul Loses to Woodley," and he actually kind of kind of say what I say, which is like, oh, Jake's picking easy opponents, and he was actually being a realist for once. So I'll give him that. But I don't like him because I feel like he's just very biased. And multiple people have said, yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to boxing. He's super biased. I literally have made so many exposed videos, and Angel like
So
knows.
let's count them. Hold on.
Like, yeah, you
I'm gonna
can
search it up.
yeah, count, like, go on my channel and count them.
Andres
It can legit be its own playlist if you wanted
it
to.
honestly
It could be a playlist.
My
Okay,
last,
let's count.
my
Okay, we
last,
got 1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Got
Count the diss track.
7,
Count the diss
8,
track.
9, 10, 11. 11. I only see 11.
You only
That's
12, 13, 14,
the fact.
15,
The fact
16,
that no, you're
17,
capping. There's no way. You're lying. You're lying for real.
19, 20. Dude, how many?
He's lying. He's lying.
No.
There's no way.
Okay, I'll name the titles. Dear Realist, this is why you're wrong
No.
again. Message to Realist. The Tunnel Vision Realist diss track. So sorry, message to Realist. So Realist, this is who you defend.
Oh.
The Realist is officially biased. Realist exposed.
Oh my
The
god.
list keeps going on and on.
So there's like over 20
It's like-
videos. There's over 20.
How many videos do you even have? Well, let's see.
I have like
Let's divide it. Let's divide it. Okay, so we have 375.
yeah.
So actually, that's not actually that bad. That's not actually that bad. It's less than a tenth of the.
I'm not good at math, so I'm glad that you are.
It's less than a tenth of.
Wow, I have a lot
your
of videos
video.
on him ever since November.
Do you have a playlist? Do you have a playlist called the Realist?
Exposed.
The Realist playlist.
Should I make one? Yeah,
Yes.
because my last
Every other day, you're uploading a video on him. I don't
actually
know.
there's been a couple weeks where I haven't, but my last one got 84 views, 5 likes, 1 dislike, and people actually agreed with me this time. But you know what? I do it because guess what? It gets me views. Like, I mean, I know you said StrikeNinja that like, why are you giving him attention? But he already gets attention, and like, it is true
No,
that
like,
like,
I'm saying, like, if you don't agree, like, if you don't like him, just like don't watch him. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know, but his fan base
'Cause,
is so strong. Like,
Like,
I see them in my comments.
really?
Yeah, but
It's kind of cool to be honest.
what the
It
beef?
gets to the point where you already memorize the username and like you see the same people in every single video. It's like a small little community, to be honest.
Yeah, but like I expose him because everyone thinks that he's like all knowledgeable, the god, he knows everything, and I'm like, what are you saying? Like, this is so not true. And it's great content. And I've asked him to debate me, and he's refused. Like, people literally back in like this like April and March were like messaging me being like, yeah, Andres, I tried to DM him, he blocked me, he's ducking you, and the people want it. And his only reason is, what would it do to benefit me? It wouldn't benefit me in any way. He's so small and I'm so big. And I'm like, dude, no one else, I'm the only one calling you out. Just debate me. Just debate me, and we can be done with this. And you can either be proven right, or I can be proven right, and then we can move on. But it will happen one day. And people said, "Oh, Andres boxed him," and I'm like, guys, that wouldn't happen because he's like a monster compared. I am like really short. I don't weigh a lot. I'm like a tiny child compared. He could be my father. He could literally be my dad. I'd be his son. So yeah.
I'm laughing at something else.
That's crazy though.
Honestly, I have my own reasons. I personally don't care about him or his opinion.
Is he like an actual boxer?
His friend's a boxer.
Oh.
His friend's a boxer. He also he said
How do you know his friends are boxer? Wait, like are you like a stalker?
he brought him to a Q&A video.
he brought it up in his video, and he also said that boxing is not a combat sport, and then he deleted that comment, but I got a screenshot of it, so that it just
He
goes
also
to
said
show.
Mike Tyson's overrated. That's honestly, Mike Tyson is bro. The reason I like StrikeNinja is merely because of StrikeNinja. The reason I like this is just because of his annoyance over KSI. I respect his opinion. I even sometimes agree with him. I think I've had this problem before. I just don't like his blind hate for KSI. That's not me hating him as a YouTuber, just as a person. I don't like when people blindly hate somebody. I'm not a big fan of blind hate where
So-
to the point where it's biased.
So do you
But
not like?
I don't.
You
I
don't
don't
like
hate him.
I don't wanna,
just
like-
hug-
I want to keep talking like bad about him because I don't know him personally. So
You should have more subscribers than him. It is a crime against humanity that you have.
like, I don't want to like say anything about
You
him because
need-
I don't know him.
You
personally,
deserve
but,
more subscribers than that man. You
Strike's playing with fire.
you do.
Strike's playing with fire.
And then now,
Andre, you're playing with fire.
You're flying too close to the sun, man.
whoa, what you call me like Icarus or something? Like I'm going too close to. I'm not afraid of him. What's he gonna do? He's in the UK. I'm in America. And if he and if
No,
he,
I mean, like you're just saying you're pretty much just trying to start a war between me and him. I don't know this guy. Like I don't know him like personally. I've watched a few of his videos, but he seems like an okay guy. Like I don't know him too
Do you
well.
think he knows? Do you think he knows you? Do you think he knows your existence?
probably not.
Apparently, yeah, he does. I think he does too, because his people have been telling me that like they've been DMing him about me. Telling somebody, I remember somebody like commented in the live stream saying that like he told the realist to like collab with me, but like, I mean, whatever happens. So
Yeah.
He's a 20-year-old guy living in his mom's basement that quit his job because he's gonna do YouTube. I'm gonna do YouTube.
this guy, no, like dude, you gotta chill, man. This guy like lives rent free in your head.
I don't know. He doesn't. I live rent free in his fans' head. People were commenting. Like there was a time in February when every single one of his videos I was being mentioned in the comments, and he was constantly blocking me and constantly he ignores me because he doesn't want to feed into this. But I keep it going because it's views, right? That's really
All right.
You should change the title of the podcast right now. You should just say "Dissing the Realist."
Nappy.
All right. Wait.
It's
Okay.
just Slim Adam. I mean, this is like considered clickbait right now because it's supposed to be Slim and Adam.
all the haters, all the
somehow-
haters are gonna come for me right now. Probably, I'm gonna get a lot of hate comments. A lot of hate
You,
comments.
you said Slim and Adam fight stage. Jake new sparring footage, but here we are talking about a completely different entity.
I didn't think we were gonna go into this rabbit hole of just realism. I call him biased, honestly, but with like a T at the
Okay.
end. Biased.
Okay. I'm gonna help switch the combo. StrikeNinja, do you watch real boxing? Do you say you watch real
I
boxing?
actually started like I used to watch. I used to watch the pay-per-view for Manny Pacquiao's fights.
Oh wow. So wow, that was a while ago. So you
That's
watched
like
boxing?
2010, 2009.
So, oh, you mean like? Wait, do you mean you paid for the fights at that year, or you
No,
mean like you
paid for the
watched?
fight. Like, watch them like literally live.
So you've been watching. Wait, how old are you?
I think he's like 25,
Okay.
right?
You're 20? 20 plus?
No, I was joking.
Just say I'm 20. No, I'm not 25, dude. I'm 10 years younger than 25.
He's 16. He's 16. I was joking. He's 16.
Can you not do math?
So no, it's not that I was doing
10
math.
years
So you're
younger
tell-
than 25.
So you're telling me, my boy, is you were paying for pay-per-views when you were
Well, his parents
10.
were. His parents were. He
Well, no, of
wasn't.
course not me. Like, of course not me. Like,
Yeah.
we would like go to like, because
No,
my
obviously
whole
not.
like, whole
Dude, that's-
family was like team. My whole family was like Team Pacquiao, so we would
Dude,
go and
that's
like
hella dope, bro.
come together
never-
and like just watch the fights and stuff. We used to like go to like my uncle's house to like watch it all the time.
Yeah, bro. I had the same experience, bro. My family.
The last time we
parties.
saw him fight was like 2019, though. I think it was I don't know July 19th. I forgot what the fight was.
So you say you've been a huge boxing fan before this YouTube trend ever started?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bro. I respect it, bro. I like it.
That's my G.
You
No,
got a
like that's
favorite
why
boxer?
like everyone out here, like I don't think everyone shares the same experience. You know what I mean? Some people
Yeah.
have completely zero knowledge about boxing, and they see KSI knock down Logan Paul with a haymaker, and they say that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is the greatest punch of all time. That is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I believe it or not, I bought the Logan fight merely to see Devin Haney fight in the undercard. I kid you not.
Oh, like the Mayweather fight.
No. The KSI fight. Everyone was looking towards the KSI and Logan fight. I'm over here watching the undercard because Devin Haney's on it. That's when I first saw Logan
The
and KSI.
Saunders fight, or like, did you see the Saunders fight too?
The Billy Joe, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
like,
hear that. And then Jake Paul said something like he thinks he's better than them or something like that.
He's better than
And,
Billy
Oh,
Joe
no,
Saunders. Yeah, he did say that.
Billy would
Like, Adam
hospitalize
Sandler.
Jake. Billy would legit hospitalize Jake. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
yeah. But he says that for marketing, but he actually believes that, which is why I have such an issue with.
I think Jake Paul. This is like Jake Paul's a genius, guys. Like he's saying all this stuff. Like he can beat Canelo, he could beat Conor McGregor. He's saying all this, so people will start talking about him because in the day, like we're all talking about him right now. You and I are talking about him, and this is why Jake Paul is so relevant right now. Is because Jake Paul is literally like he's making all these claims. People are like news sources are making like articles about him. Or for example, with the Ghostwriter thing last year, remember when he released the Fresh Out of London?
Yeah.
Which was actually like a really good song, right?
It was
So
hilarious.
people were trying to find evidence. They've been looking all over the internet, searching up Jake Paul Ghostwriter. His name has been trending literally everywhere. His name was trending on Twitter. Like a lot of people are searching up on Genius, on like just Google in general. People are trying to find out the smallest piece of evidence to try and find out if he had Ghostwriter. And that's why I think my opinion has like completely flipped on Jake Paul. I feel like I'm not a team Jake Paul, okay? I'm not a team Jake Paul fan, but I do respect Jake Paul because he's someone that you actually can take inspiration from, as someone that is able to actually turn pretty much being the most hated person in the world to actually making bank off being the most hated person in the world.
Yeah, I agree with that, but at the same time, you gotta like ask yourself, like the man is like, I agree with what you said. He's trolling, saying he could beat all these people, and it gets talking about him. But when does he cross? When is too far enough? Like he's spitting dirt at people's names that can legit kill Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Like he's insulting Billy Joe Saunders, Conor McGregor, Tommy. I'm not even gonna put Tommy Fury in the same. Like he's pissing everybody off, right? But you have to keep in mind, this is not like some rap game or a sport or hell, even YouTube content. Like this is boxing. Like when would he screw himself over? When is too far? When is gonna be the day he pisses off the wrong person who doesn't care about the social media stunts and confronts him? Like he's playing with fire. Like the man did the Dylan Dennis stunt. No, I'm not gonna praise Dylan Dennis. Yeah. But the man would kill Jake in a street fight, and he panicked with the truck thing. Like when is too far? When is there gonna be a Khabib moment for Jake Paul when someone goes up to him and just slaps him and starts fighting him on the street?
I think if he fights Conor, that's what will I think if he fights Conor will probably pull like that kind of stunt on Jake. I feel like that's.
But he's never going to get into the octagon, though.
Yeah, well, if they had a boxing fight, if Conor and Jake fought like in a boxing fight, I think Conor would.
Jake Paul, like I'm not like trying to be like a Jake Paul fanboy here, but I think like he has a solid chance now.
If he beats Woodley, it's a 50-50.
If he beats Woodley, then I'd say he has a solid chance against. It depends, like how he beats Woodley, though. Like,
yeah.
If he beats Woodley by disqualification, then the debate goes on. But if he does defeat Woodley convincingly, that is.
It's kind of funny that Conor having a broken leg makes it more fair.
Yeah, he's old. I think that's why he should retire from MMA. I think you should just go into boxing.
Ever since the Mayweather fight happened between him and Conor, I think Conor's career went downhill.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like he sold his soul away for those millions.
Yeah.
What else?
You know the sad part? The sad part is that Dana White uses Conor McGregor as a cash cow, right? He would never let Conor McGregor retire. Never. He tried getting Khabib back. Imagine with Conor, Jesus, he would never let him retire. He would keep him fighting until both of his legs were broken and he was mentally unstable, like disabled.
Yeah, like it reminds me of the statement: "You either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain." You know what I mean? I mean, he's always been the villain, but
he turned into a hero.
That quote's from The Dark Knight, right? That's from the Dark Knight movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was on TV today. Anyways, I want to just go back to the Jake Paul genius point for just a quick second. I actually did make a video called Jake Paul is a genius, and I made it back in
I
April.
remember that.
And but my where we defer is I think Jake Paul is a genius to be feared because I think he manipulates people like to thinking that he's
To be feared? What do you mean by to be feared? Like we should be scared of him or what?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what people's I don't I don't want to get into politics. But all I'm going to say is like our last president was pretty controversial, and all I'm saying is I see a lot of similarities between that guy and Jake, and I know this is crazy. I know this is crazy to say, but I wouldn't be surprised if when we're all
They both have terrible hairlines, and
yeah,
they
and
both
they
have
look
to
the
use
same.
to cover their hair. That's one similarity, but I don't know what other similarities you're talking about.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul is potentially one day our president. And I think that he has the ability to manipulate people's minds and brains into thinking a certain way because
he's not a mutant. He's not a superhuman.
Yeah, I know. No. Like, but here's the thing. Like, okay,
he's controlling you right now because you're talking about him.
No. Like, I know that the one part of his genius that is I do admire is he gets people to talk about him, but there's like the realist fans, the realist himself, Jake Paul fans, so many people that have now supported him and actively think like, oh, Ben Askren was an actual impressive fight. The Nate fight was, the Gibb fight was. They say all these big things, and that's because Jake Paul has essentially made Gibb said like, oh, Jake Paul's like leveled up in the competition. He went from a YouTuber to an athlete to an MMA guy to another MMA guy. But those are just fancy titles. If you look at their technical skills, you look at Ben's, you look at Nate's, you look at Gibbs. It does like they boxed all like YouTubers. Like Nate and Ben Askren had the boxing
but technically,
YouTubers.
Label narrative wise, isn't that true? That he is leveling up.
Yeah, no, but it isn't because he is leveling up in terms of like he is technically leveling up, but like if you look at Nate and Ben Askren, he's technically going down because of how poorly their skills are and how. Why would you fight somebody that has never boxed before? Like two people that have, well, I guess one person that's never boxed before, and somebody that you could easily beat, but then you try and make those legitimate wins. Like KSI fights Austin McBroom. He isn't out here saying, oh, that means I can beat Canelo or I can easily run through Jake. He says it's a warm-up fight. Jake Paul doesn't say that for these two fights, even though those are clearly warm-up fights. So I think Jake Paul is a genius, but I think he is someone that's a dangerous genius, and I don't think that's something that we should be admiring, but something that we should be concerned about. And I think that I don't admire him, I don't respect him, and there's a lot of things that he's done personally beyond just boxing that's really insulted me and that I don't like. And we don't have to go into that, but there's just I think I have valid reasons for why I don't like him or look up to him.
I
like tacos.
Wow.
I feel like you're overthinking it though. Like if I'm being honest, I think you're overthinking it.
Which part?
On what aspect?
The whole thing about we should fear Jake Paul because he's dangerous.
He is. He's I'm telling you.
I don't think he means like scared of him as a person. I think he means scared of what Jake can accomplish if given the right attention.
Well, like, what's he gonna do though? Like
I think I don't know. I think he can convince.
This is all entertainment. You know what I mean?
I know, but I've seen what I see in him is I see someone that can. Like you can manipulate someone. Like I could manipulate you into thinking something if you have the right skills of manipulation. Like I think he can manipulate people and lie to people and make them believe something that is not really the real reality of the situation. And that's what I mean by the boxing thing. Like he's convinced a large chunk of people that and again, this is an opinion, I guess, but that his boxing accomplishments are huge wins or whatever, when in the reality of the situation, yes, winning against a guy is good, but these were people that were box YouTubers and they just had these fancy titles, but then a large chunk of people oh no, these people were actually. So I don't know. I just think that he can.
I think that goes back. Yeah, I think I see what you mean. I think we're going back to the point where, the KSI Muhammad Ali thing. Pretty much, the thing I want to say is. I think what you're pretty much what you're referring to is pretty much. I feel like it's because the people that think he actually has accomplished all that is because they aren't fans of boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have like
Okay, to
YouTubers
play-
and people
Wait,
like
I
saying
think I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate right now. I'm not defending Jake. Look, I've made this clear. I'm not a KSI fan. I'm not a Jake fan. They can both suck my balls, all right? I hate everybody equally.
Who are you a fan of? Are you Adam Saleh fan?
he doesn't like
Oh
anybody.
yeah, I'm a huge Adam Saleh fan. I buy his merch all the time. I go to his world tours and I listen to his music. I listen to his music.
Okay,
Yeah.
we know what kind of guy this is now.
I'm just joking. I don't like any of them.
Draco.
He hates everyone.
I'm
He
just saying,
says.
bro.
I can't read.
I hate every single YouTube boxer.
Okay, so we found what type of fan this guy is.
Yeah. But what were you gonna say, Angel?
I don't think that's a trait of when you were saying, "Oh, Jake can manipulate people into thinking he's a good boxer." That's not a trait of Jake. That's just a trait of boxing. Everybody can pretend they're a good fighter if given the. For example, when Yildirim, nobody came out of Turkish and Canelo beat him when Yildirim was a punching bag. I was like, "Oh, Canelo, you're the best. You're God." Muhammad Ali, like you know.
I think in the end, I think I have to agree with Chef Draco here.
It's Chief.
I think in the end,
it's not a Jake. It's not a Jake trait. It's just boxing in general. When Floyd Mayweather beat up his first 15 out of his first 15 fights were bums. There were nobodies. But Floyd Mayweather knocked them all out, which is crazy because Floyd doesn't have power, right? So because they were bums, everyone was like, "Oh, Floyd Mayweather's a power puncher." Which now that we say these days, it sounds funny because he's not. But it's not a Jake trait. It's every boxer. Everyone in their early career convinces people that they're the next up and comer. That's why there's YouTube titles called "When Boxing Hype Meets Reality." I don't think that's a Jake charity. That's just every boxer.
I don't know. I feel like I think he does it at a different level. But I get what you're saying though. But I just feel like he boasts so much about
yeah,
and then he doesn't back it up. And I honestly don't want to have to make these videos saying, "Oh, Jake Paul exposed. He's ducking. He's doing this and that," because I don't like getting people that are constantly saying, "No, you're wrong" or whatever. You're saying you don't know what you're talking about. I'm just like, the guy hasn't fought anyone worthy or at his level. He doesn't need to fight Canelo for his next fight, but he just fight someone that is that in your head is gonna go toe to toe for you. That is a 50-50 fight.
I think in the end of the day, all this comes down to marketing.
Yeah, I know. I've said this before. He's boxing like Floyd Mayweather. He's boxing like a business guy, not like Mike Tyson, who just boxed whoever he wanted to. He's doing this because if you lose, you don't you lose your stock, you lose money. He's boxing in a business sense, which I think is the most irritating way to box, in my opinion.
What about Dylan Dennis? What do you think? Do you think what about Slim versus Dylan Dennis? I think I've said in the past Slim could beat Dylan Dennis, but what do you guys think?
I haven't seen Dylan. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I feel like it could be 50-50.
I feel like Slim would win.
Bro. Honestly, I don't know if you guys know who the organization Bellator is.
Yeah.
But it's a down version of UFC, right?
Yeah.
Dylan Dennis hasn't fought in such a long time.
Fought
to the point where almost
not bums, but people that aren't really that good.
He hasn't fought in so long to the point where I think he was dropped by his organization.
It's been 2 years.
I think he's a free agent right now.
Yeah. But I don't know. He says "Oh, I can beat." I'm like, bro, you've had 2 MMA fights, and you say you're the king.
Pretty much a downgrade version of Jake Paul, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, actually, wait. I have to disagree there because Dylan Dennis. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate saying this because Dylan Dennis is a huge prick, and he pisses me off every time he calls people out. But his amateur background is insane. It's
not in terms of skill. I mean, he's like a knockoff version of Jake Paul in the sense where he calls everyone out and says that he can beat it. It never backs up his word, pretty much. The difference with Jake Paul is Jake Paul actually gets attention. Dylan Dennis needs the attention.
Yeah, the thing with Dylan is
he's actually really good.
Yeah, he's. I think he's a world top tier fighter. But okay, we gotta ask ourselves this: everyone's hating how Jake's acting, and we ask him to back his actions up. But let's think about this: would Jake be getting the same amount of pay-per-view buys and action if he kept his I'm a humbled small YouTube fighter who isn't would he even get the same amount of attention as he is now saying, I could beat up God himself?
And no, he wouldn't. That's what I was saying to Andres earlier. I feel like this is the only way he actually, people take him actually seriously. People want to shut this guy up. People want to see him lose. People actually want to fight him.
Yeah, but no, but
Yeah, but
he's like a coward though. Like he runs away from fights. So like if you think you can beat Connor or you better than Billy Joe Saunders, you should be boxing Tommy Fury. Like I don't care if you say, "Oh, I can beat this guy or this guy." As long as you back it up, I'm not annoyed at you. Like if Logan like wanted to say I can beat Mike Tyson, it's stupid. Even if like Jake Paul beat Tommy Fury, and then he's like, "Oh, I want to fight Canelo, and I'm better than Billy Joe." It would sound stupid, but it wouldn't be as irritating or it was so like mind-blowingly stupid because he actually fought someone that was like better than him. So I don't care that he says all these big things, but what irritates me is that you say these big things and then you don't fight the people that actually would prove and back up your big words.
you know what? I actually agree with both of you. I know Jake is doing this as an act, but at the same time, Jake Paul shouldn't be shocked that people are gonna condemn him for his words. Like Jake Paul shouldn't act shocked if he says, "Oh, I could beat Billy Joe Saunders," and he's gonna act all surprised when people say, "Okay, prove it."
Yeah, because yeah.
I agree with both of you guys, but the thing about Jake Paul talking is I know Andres is gonna disagree with me on this one. I don't think he truly believes his own self. I genuinely don't believe he believes himself.
He 100% does. It's so obvious to me, at least, that he believes it with like he believes it as much as he believes that he's gonna like wake up and have a
I feel
piece
like
of
it's
toast.
more than that. If I'm being honest here, like if you've seen do you know like how Jake Paul is off camera?
Honestly,
Well,
yeah, he's my neighbor. I meet him all the time. We play poker night at my basement.
I mean, like if you've met him in real life, he's like a completely different person off camera.
Yeah, but then you hear the stories of him like being bad to like Team 10 members and like him being rude to his sparring partners. So I'm like, I don't think that this act that people say like, "Oh, Jake's nice off camera," but then in camera he puts on this act. Like I think he actually is not like I don't think he's like, oh, a super nice guy completely off to fans and to other people, obviously. But I think that a lot of that persona is actually a like legit thing.
But what would he have to benefit from acting nice off camera? Wait, did you
That's to me, or was that to?
I think that was to you.
Just in general. I don't know how Jake Paul is. I'm sorry. I don't know Jake Paul like that. I just watch the boxing stuff. I leave the YouTube stuff up to YouTubers.
I don't know. Like I don't really like the whole Jake Paul thing. Is kind of like I feel like we've took it too far. You know what I mean?
I honestly feel like he has multiple personalities.
Yeah. No, like I don't think like it. I think we're thinking too much about it right now.
Yeah.
Well, so moving on from this topic because we've been talking about that Jake Paul thing for too long. Logan Paul versus Anderson Silva. What do you guys? Let's start with StrikeNinja because I don't think we've ever.
I don't want to see that.
Why
if I'm being honest, I don't want to see that.
Why not?
I don't really want to see like. The thing with this is like he's getting these big fights. Fair play to him, but it's just not that interesting anymore, in my opinion. If I'm being honest.
What do you think, Angel?
I somewhat honestly, bro. Logan's pissing me off. He's getting all these fights. He's getting the fights like where nobody wants
to see him fight at an 0-1 record.
It's not even that. I have my different reasons. It's the same reason why I wasn't interested in the Floyd fight. He's fighting people where he's the massive underdog, and we already know he's gonna get his ass beat. I want him to fight someone.
There was also the rule that like there was no winner in the fight or something like that.
Yeah, that was
kind of dead fight for me. Like I don't know how like people were betting on Logan Paul. Like somebody put $5,000 on him. I don't know how that works.
Oh, they only win by KO. So if you bet on a fighter, you're practically saying you win by knockout.
Oh.
But practically,
pretty much nobody won then. Like pretty much everyone just got their money taken from them.
No. If it goes to distance, they all get a refund. It was the most stupidest bets in history.
Well, I don't know. Like, yeah, I know there was one guy in my comment section said that he bet for the live fight. He said that they bet $1,000 on Austin McBroom to win only $100 profit.
Yeah, that's what happens when. Okay, it's like when you're betting on the favorite. Let's say there's a huge underdog, right? If I bet $10 on the
Yeah,
underdog,
I feel like
win
it's just
100.
I feel like it's just too much. You know what I mean? Like it's an
Yeah.
all or nothing bet. You got everything to lose, something to gain. It's not really like.
Yeah.
I feel worse for the people that voted for Deji against Vinny Hacker. Actually,
The people who betted on Deji.
the people that voted on Vinny Hacker just got a massive one.
Austin McBloom is
Oh,
getting
yeah,
sued for $100 million. If you guys didn't know that,
Wait, what happened?
Getting sued.
Austin's getting
Because
sued
of
for like
Live X
$100
Live.
million. Dollars.
By
I don't know.
who?
Like
I think it's like Live X Live. I think is suing them.
because he said Live X Live. Like he started like pretty much saying stuff about Live X Live. Live X Live sued him for like defamation.
Yeah.
And like I don't like pretty much tried to like pin it on Live X Live for like not showing the results, something like that. I'm not really.
I honestly
too
think
sure.
that is true. I agree with Austin on that. Don't get me wrong. Social Gloves is responsible for that as well. But Live is Live. If they're the streamers, if they're like the providers, I think them not holding the money is factual because what reason would Social Gloves not pay the fighters for? It's only Live X Live's blame, but it's Social Gloves for teaming up with them. So I think he's telling the truth, in my opinion.
Oh, guys,
I'm not really sure.
guys! I have some breaking news right now. KSI has responded to Adam Sala responded to KSI's story, and he said, "Bro,
I saw that earlier. He said something like fight a real
fight a real
boxer,
fighter."
but
then KSI said that like I
he
don't
clapped back.
No, so KSI then said like I don't. So I guess you're not coming to the UK, and then he said I am, and then KSI said,
Wait, no. You know what? You know what I learned? I don't think the fight's actually going to happen.
No, it is.
Spar.
It is. The spar is going to happen because the story of that.
Because it's not going to happen in the first week of August. Adam's lying about that. Because when you fly to the UK, you're not going to be able to fight him the first thing when he gets there because he has to quarantine for 14 days.
He said August. Is it August 11th? That's when he said that he was wanting to fight him. That's what he said.
Oh, I thought he said first week of August.
Yeah, well, I guess so. Anyways, KSI said, "I don't care. Just come to the gym. I'll tell the gym a few days before."
Where'd you see it?
So go to Adam Sala's Instagram and go to his like story, and you'll see like you have to like go down to the end of it.
Oh.
So KSI said, "I'll tell you the gym a few days before." Then KSI said, "I'll humble you," and then he said, "I'm gonna humble you," and then KSI said, "We'll have a medical rounding. We'll have a medical round in case you get knocked out." And then he said, "Haha, I ain't gonna see you soon."
Leave the podcast right now. Do a video on it. You're gonna get a ton of. You're gonna hit 270 subs.
I don't think so. I mean, I might just do a video on that, but I hope they film this spar because I know Angel thinks it's stupid because we both feel like KSI's weight's just gonna be too much and he'll just get.
Here we are. I've read it. So KSI said, "I don't care. Come to the gym 10 a.m. I'll take the gym a few days before. Say less. I'll just humble you. I'm humble you. I think the person I fought today is more of a challenge than you. Fight better with." Dude, he's such a like Adam Sala, just like being around the bush.
I think that
we'll have a medic in case you get knocked.
I just want to see KSI's how much he's improved. Like I hope they film this and they put it out because we haven't seen box in 2 years.
I don't know. Maybe they will. Like I don't think they will though. If I'm being honest.
I mean, I think it's gonna happen.
If Adam even wins one round, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I just hope they don't put like a Stromedy and Bryce Hall and they just cut out the footage or something like that. That's gonna piss me off.
Okay, but here's the thing I have to know right now. If KSI loses, what happened?
He's gonna get clowned.
I'm not saying he's gonna lose.
He's gonna get clowned on, and he deserves to get clowned on. If I'm gonna be honest, if he can't do anything to Adam Sala and he loses, it's gonna be really bad for me and for him and for the entire. It would be a big L. Like that would be that would be no that's bad. There's no way around it. That's just a bad thing if that happens. But I think that won't happen though. That's like saying if Floyd lost to Logan, like it's just not gonna happen.
So, no, I think KSI will win because of the he's got a huge weight advantage on him.
Yeah.
Adam wasn't able to take a punch from Marcus how's he gonna take a punch from KSI?
And Marcus knocked him
Yeah.
down actually. Like, he got knocked down a couple times. Well, Adam got knocked down at least once. I know.
Marcus is a
was
journeyman,
I'm
actually,
pretty
isn't
sure
he?
he was like paid to take a fall if he went for the face. If Adam went to the body, if Adam hit in the body, but Adam was trying to go for the face to get a knockout.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing Naz said.
I just.
You know what's funny? Adam, I'm not even joking. I was joking about the whole Adam fan thing. Okay, I swear to God, I'm not a fan. But Adam was one of the rare people I knew before all the YouTube boxing, really, because he was on World Star, going viral for his fights. That's when I was like, okay, he got hands. And I don't know. Even if Adam is a better boxer than KSI, let's say he moves 20 times better, it would legit just take a jab from KSI to hurt Adam.
Yeah.
Now I'm not over here sucking off KSI like, oh, he has Superman super strength, but the ways is there.
Wise, I don't think he's as good as Adam.
Yeah, I don't think KSI moves as good as Adam. Yeah, I agree. I don't think KSI moves as good as Adam.
I don't know about him now, but like from what we've seen, he's not as good as Adam, like as he is right now. As KSI is right now, we don't know how good he is, but 2019 KSI. Let's go back to 2019 KSI. From what we've seen, you know what I mean? He's not as good as Adam technically, but he does really hit hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's why Logan was like running away from him. But I think
said that like if any of KSI's punches weren't as predictable, his head would have gone flying off.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think KSI is gonna win that spot very easily, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win too.
I think we're gonna get another Nate style knockout. Like I think it's gonna be like a viral meme. Just because I mean, again, it's purely because of the weight difference. But yeah,
Adam will duck him though. A lot of people are saying that.
I don't think that will. I don't know because we'll see what happens. KSI. So I don't think KSI will be the one to duck him. I think it'll be Adam.
It's like it's one hand, like one side. Like Adam is. This is the only way Adam kind of like stays relevant.
I don't think Adam would honestly even. I think Adam would be the one to duck KSI. KSI wouldn't duck Adam.
Yeah.
Not because KSI is some unfearful dog, but like he would just think get it over with. Adam, I wouldn't be surprised if he ducked this. Not because KSI is good, but Adam has a problem with disadvantage. Yeah, not only to mention that, he ducked the Jake Paul spar when Jake offered him to like fly over and we could spar. He didn't take that.
Adam,
this man wants to fly. Yeah, he legit asked Slim and Adam, I'll pay for your flights. Come over here. And they're like, oh, no, we don't have time for that. But they're willing to take the time.
What was that?
So,
I don't remember.
hold on, let me pull it out.
I didn't even know that happened. That's crazy.
To confronting Jake Paul. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Hold on, let me pull it up.
Telling Adam that Jake Paul is the best YouTube boxer. I feel like he is right now, though. Like, if I'm being honest,
Jake Paul is.
I don't know. Like, if we're being all of YouTube, then it's probably like Lil Cray Cray. Do you know who that is?
Lil Cray Cray.
Yeah.
That name itself is kind of funny.
Lil Cray Cray.
He's actually really good. Like, actually, search him up.
He's a boxer.
Yeah, like a YouTube boxer. Search him up. He's the only
Oh,
guy.
you mean look? Oh, the Asian street boxer.
Yeah, that guy.
Bro, you know I sparred him before?
Sparred him?
Yeah. Okay, so like, yeah. Long story short, so I'm a boxer, right? He came to LA and he was linking up with Diego Pachenko, who is a yeah. So he's a cool dude, right? So
did you like how'd it go?
I just weight bullied him. So I'm over here making jokes where like, can I sign up for street beefs? Because he knows this one dude called Mickey Mouse or whatever who's hella tatted. So practically we were just hanging out and it was fun. But I don't know where he lives, but I haven't seen him in like for months, probably years now. But yeah, it was cool.
Boxer?
Huh?
You a street boxer?
I mean, I actually box. Like, I'm planning to. Do you know this guy called Dean the Great or King Sid?
Right?
You know who Dean the Great or King Sid is? The people who do last to get knocked out videos.
Yeah. I've heard of it. Like the Street Fighters, right?
Yeah, they're doing a tournament in Los Angeles on August 14th,
go?
and I'm gonna be in it. Yeah, I'm one of the prelims.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
StrikeNinja, how tall are you?
What's your reach?
His name's Little Cray Cray? I think.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it. It's like I think it's a little cracker, or like a little cracker or something like that.
Strike Ninja. Ninja.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'11".
You 5'11"? Oh wow. So both of you are like way taller than me, just in every
So this
way.
guy's sick. Wait, how old is this guy? How old are you, Chef Dreco?
Oh, my name's Angel. I'm 17. I didn't know his stuff was Cray Cray. I think his name was Ree or Ray or stuff with.
Yeah, it's like Reed something, right?
Yeah, I don't know his name was Cray Cray. That's cool.
You're too good. If
I wanna.
Dermu. His name is Reed Dermu.
Wait, where do you see that at? Man, post leak his info.
About page.
Wait, on the about. Reed Deer. Okay, I thought it was Ray for a second.
Wait, so like, how did it go? Because like you're much bigger than him, right? This small guy.
Wait. So literally, I just have my guard up because this man loves rushing. Like he's annoying, right? I just had my guard up and I just kept on moving. And for a second, it looked like I turned into a punching bag. But I was just pushing him into a corner, and that's when I just had fun. It was a good spar. I think we did 3 minutes. We did 3 rounds, 3 minutes, but it wasn't like straight rounds. We were swapping in boxers so everyone in the gym gets working, right? And it got to the point where there was me and this other boxer called Rickless, who I can show you his fights. So we were all doing work. Ray got dropped, and I remember we had to pick him up because he apparently hurt his leg because he misstepped or his legs buckled up. He wasn't knocked out, but his leg just started hurting. And next thing you know, we went to go to Jim's, which is a local big LA spot, and that's when I last saw him. Yeah,
I see.
he was just eating his burger while he had a little strap on with a little ice pack.
That's a story.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I beat the fuck out of him. What's good?
Wait,
do you follow MMA too?
MMA? Nah, that's out of my domain. I'm a casual MMA fan. I don't know too much about it.
Really?
Yeah, I am too. I don't really follow that MMA thing.
I see.
Do you
You want to see old sparring footage of mine?
Hey, let's see. Yeah, what's your channel? Is it?
No, I'll send it on Discord. I refuse to. I swear to God, one of y'all make it public, I'm snapping.
I won't. Like, do you have a channel?
Yeah, I got a channel, but I don't do YouTube like that.
Yeah, he did post. Oh, this is a new club. I haven't seen this one.
It's only 5 seconds.
Wait, Angel, are you the one in the red shirt or the white shirt?
I'm the one in the white shirt getting my ass beat. Now, what do you think? I'm the one in the red.
Oh, you're the one in the red.
Right, are you sure you're 6'1"? How big is the other guy?
Wow.
Big's the other guy?
I have no idea. 6'1" or 6'2". Hold on. This is another one.
Wow.
Like, what's your reach though?
Huh?
Your reach?
I do not actually know my reach.
How do you not know your reach? You're a boxer.
Boy, I don't know. I haven't taken my physicals for 2 years.
That seems like something you should get on, maybe.
How much do you weigh? Like,
I think now I weigh 210. I've lost a lot of
210. Voice doesn't even sound like it sounds like that.
What happened?
You don't sound like a big guy, like by your voice.
Gracias, dog.
I thought the same thing when Angel first showed me like what he looked like. I was like, I thought you were like a lot smaller and like I didn't think you were like this big dude.
Wait, is the podcast still going?
Oh yeah, we've been going for like almost 2 hours.
Okay,
I got something out.
People are gonna have no clue what you're talking about when you're like sending all this stuff.
Wait,
StrikeNinja, I have a very important question to ask you.
Yeah. Why
do you wear the Iron Man mask? I want and why did you pick an Iron Man mask specifically?
Yo, can you stop the podcast because it's like kind of personal stuff.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, there's like a serious reason behind it. Okay.
How about let's put a pin in that and we'll come back to that in a minute. And we can wrap this up and then you can tell us. So is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Like, is there any other like big thing that you want to mention, or anything we haven't
I
talked
think
about?
we've been rambling for the past a while, actually.
Yeah,
I
almost 2
think,
hours.
yeah.
Almost like we're 10 minutes shy of 2 hours. That's crazy. And Strike Ninja, I want to thank you for coming on because I know you're a busy dude, and I'm glad that you were able to shine us on with your knowledge of deep wisdom. I guess I don't even know what I'm saying. I just
All right.
It,
okay. So
I was fat as shit in these sparring clips.
okay, so guys, we're gonna end that now. No one's watching, but people will find this eventually because Strike Ninja is in the title. So we got a little clout from that. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And for the people that don't like me, leave a hate comment, unsubscribe, or subscribe and then unsubscribe. Leave a dislike. It all helps in the end. And
This is why you keep complaining that you're losing subscribers, because they subscribe and then unsubscribe.
yeah, well, I like to give into it. Anyways, see you guys later.